All right. So we're doing a podcast today.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm born ready, buddy.
Take the furikake out of your teeth and we'll start.
That's just a gap.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to It's a Hawaii Thing. You got Lanai, and that's Brook Lee, ladies and gentlemen. This show brought to you by the Star Advertiser. You can get what matters. It's a Hawaii Thing. Viewers can now receive the Star Advertiser digital full access. All you got to do is go to our website, staradvertiser.com, and click on to subscribe. You know the code. Give them the code.
A high thing.
That's it. Also brought to you by Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union.
Look at you.
Yes, for all your money needs, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union is here for you. Just visit hificu.com. Also, Kamehameha Schools is building communities for a brighter tomorrow.
Whoop,
we got to thank all of them. And thank you for watching. Today, we got a very special guest. I've been trying to get this guy on our cooking show for a while, but he's so busy.
Why you got to
poach?
poach?
He's always traveling. He hails from the island of Maui.
Woo.
Our guest today won the 2010 4-star HIC Pro at Sunset Beach, putting himself on the map, finishing the year ranked #1 on the ASP Hawaiian region. He won 2010 Ride of the Year, 2013 Wipeout of the Year.
Okay.
He then won again the 2014 Ride of the Year in 2012. He also won the Steep and Deep Pipeline Photo Challenge. 2015 won the World Surf League Big Wave Tour. That was the first time ever they did it at Jaws, by the way, in his home island. 2017, he wins the WSL Big Wave Tour again. And then 2019, he wins the International Big Wave World Men's Championship for the third time.
So he's busy.
Yes, he's very busy. Ladies and gentlemen, Billy Kemper. How you, brother?
Hi.
I'm doing very good.
That was a lot to spit out, but it's well deserved.
Thank you guys so much. It's an honor to be speaking to both you guys, and
Congratulations,
excited,
man.
and I think I really need to take you up on that cooking show because I've been getting pretty deep with my cooking, and that sounds like a really good time.
That's what the wife says. So
right.
we'll get you on as soon as you're home from long enough.
Okay.
It's so cool because I met Billy through mutual friends, as we do in Hawaii, and Jamie, who's one of my best friends. I don't know if Billy, you even know this, but every time you got hurt the last couple years, Jamie would call me to figure out how to get you on a plane.
Say what?
That's pretty funny.
You've had a rough ride, but you've overcome so many things because of this rough ride, right? You hurt your femur, your back.
This last one was it outdid every injury. I mean, it was the first time I didn't. To be honest with you, it was the first time I felt fear. I thought I knew what being scared was, but when you are put in a situation where you don't know if you're going to be able to see your children again, it gives you a different sense of fear. And that for me, it was a different chapter of life. And I've taken a whole different perspective on what I do now and
tell everybody
how
what
I do
happened.
it. And
Set up the story.
What happened? Tell
I'm
everybody
so
what
neat,
happened.
LA. I want to know all of it. Start at the beginning.
So I went to Northern Africa, to the country called Morocco, basically in February last year after the Vulcan Pipe Pro. I wanted to get off the North Shore and just go surf some waves without competing, just, not having that competition mentality and just enjoy surfing. And I met up with a friend on the other side of the world, and long story short, we had like the trip of a lifetime, from the amazing food to the just complete different culture change. It was incredible. And last day of the trip, I'd been in the water for about 9.5 hours, and I was literally like, hey, I'm going to catch one more wave. And it was probably the best wave of the whole trip. And I just fell in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I was slammed onto a rock on the right side of my body, and it knocked me out cold, collapsed my lung, broke my pelvis completely in half.
In Morocco?
Contused my quad muscle, tore my ACL, MCL, and meniscus all in half of my knee. And it was a bad scene. I was put into hospitals and literally horror story, like the worst movie you've ever seen of a hospital. That's what it was. There was literally a lady laying on gravel. The floor was gravel, giving birth on the floor. Like
in Morocco.
It was I was in the middle of the desert up in the Sahara, like far from any cities. And when they seen the severe, the trauma to my injury, they then had like a real ambulance come and take me to Casablanca, which is one of the bigger cities of Morocco. Where there I was put into a legit hospital. WSL then flew in a handful of doctors from Amsterdam to assess my situation and realized that almost half my blood count was lost at this point. And now is the point of, okay, we're going to have to give this kid like 2 blood transfusions to keep him alive. And do we have to send him to France to get emergency surgery, or can he make it to the United States? And commercial flights, business class was all out of hand. It just wasn't possible because of when you break your pelvis, you have to keep your body flat. Like I could lift my head, but I had straps from my chest, waist, thighs. I'm like, as a man to speak on this stuff, like it took a lot, but like, I mean, you can't imagine yourself sleeping in your own poop for days. And I'm in a country where people are laughing at me, completely racist to me. Like it was an experience that changed my life. And eventually
I'm so sorry to cut you off. We got to take a quick commercial break. Welcome back to It's a Hawaii Thing, Talking Story with Billy Kemper. You're stuck in Morocco.
Literally.
You're looking for a place to fly you out. This is like the place where Indiana Jones hangs out. And they don't know what to do with you surgery-wise. So tell from there what happens.
Basically, when I had a medical team in the United States assessing my whole situation, and when they came to the conclusion that basically if I could continue breathing, I was on oxygen, I was put on breath support, they're pumping my lungs, my whole right lung was completely smashed shut, and my doctor just took control of this, and my lungs had filled with water at this point, and they weren't going to drain my ribs. What they need to do is stick a scope through your rib cage and drain it, and they weren't doing that, and it was building up an infection. So pneumonia was starting to happen while all of this, and he was like, this kid basically has 72 hours until he dies. And at that point, WSL pulled the trigger on a private jet, and it was close to $250,000 to get me back to the United States. And because of the state that I was in, I had to go from Casablanca to Bordeaux, France, Bordeaux, Greenland, Canada. When I got to Canada, every border is shutting down because of spiking.
What?
LAX declines our entry because of our travel route and because of okay, then we call San Diego declines it. San Bernardino declines it. Long Beach, nowhere's letting us in. And I called the owner of WSL, Dirk, and just said, I don't know who you know and what else I can ask for, but if you can get me into the United States right now, I'll do everything I can for you for the rest of your life. And by the grace of God, Van Nuys, actually from my sister-in-law's experience, just, being a part of their family and having a couple, opportunities to fly on private planes, I know that Bruno flies through Van Nuys and that it's an international transition. And I was like, Van Nuys opens the gates for us. We fly in, they put me straight into an ambulance, drive me down to near LAX to a hospital with one of the best trauma pelvic surgeons in the world, and within a few hours I was under getting my surgery.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know it had all those details.
That's insanity.
And just to a little sidebar, he's talking about his brother-in-law is Bruno Mars. He's married to Bruno's sister.
Wait, what? I had no idea.
So when Jamie called me, which is Bruno's oldest sister, I was trying to help organize through.
It's that Jamie.
Yes,
oh, okay.
Jamie.
I
and
know
I was trying to help organize through Hawaiian Airlines and I think it was Delta to get you somewhere into the U.S. It was crazy. Now I know all the details.
That's insane.
And that was the beginning. That was the first of 4 surgeries and 5 stem cell treatments. The last 8 months has been a roller coaster, crazy for me. And honestly, the whole thing, I hate even saying that it's a blessing, but for me at the point of my career and kind of having the entire surf world shut down for 8 months, it kind of let me and gave me an opportunity to really put in work while no one was watching and no one really knew the extent of this. And
Well, you
I'm
are
really
the
happy actually to say that in the next few days, once the Pipe Masters gets back up and going, I was actually supposed to release tomorrow the trailer to our documentary that we're working on that consists of this entire journey and all the people who have been a part of the whole thing.
Wow. Well,
insane.
congratulations for this massive comeback. I mean, obviously you're in top shape. I watch your Instagram stories and watch you on social media. This guy puts in work.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
Man, you really put in a lot of work. And what's, going back to what you do as a career, if somebody missed it from the beginning, tell everybody what you do, Bill.
First of all, I raise kids.
Yeah, you raise kids.
I mean, people think, surfing big waves is hard and scary, but that's my time to, enjoy myself and celebrate.
Yeah.
The hard part is honestly keeping a family under, one roof in a healthy environment and clean living, and I was never given anything in life easily. I've went through a lot of losses from, the people who raised me. My brother and my mom are not here with me, and it's all strengthened me to be this person that I continuously wake up and envision and just try to be the best version of Billy I can be. And that's what I do. Aside from that, I love surfing big waves, and I love competing on the WSL Big Wave World Tour along with the WQS, all the events here in Hawaii. I'm a professional surfer and a father.
We're gonna take a quick break and talk about his career a little bit more. Billy Kemper is hanging out with us. We've got to thank Star Advertiser, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, and Kamehameha Schools. Billy, you're 28 years old now, 29?
Just turned 30 this year.
Happy birthday. What a year for you, huh?
Yeah,
happy birthday.
It's been a wild year.
What you've accomplished, though, at being so young, you've been really working at this for a long time, though. People don't see the grind that you go through. You didn't have a sponsor at the beginning of your career, right?
Love it. You owe nobody anything, Billy. All you, no net.
But it all came together for you just recently, right?
Yeah, and people always ask, how did it happen so fast? And I said, have a kid.
Boom.
It's funny, all my friends I'm not ready to have kids. I said, do you think I was freaking ready to have a kid? Hell no.
You got 4.
I know, I was terrified. And my success came with my children because of the drive that they've produced through me. It becomes something that I'm really passionate about. I'm very, very grateful and proud of my family, my wife, my children. And when you are able to use that as motivation to work hard, you're unstoppable. And that's the bottom line. Yeah. It's when I know I carry my children and my family on my back on those jerseys when I paddle out in the competition, I know that I have so much more strength deep down inside than anyone else that I'm competing against. That it's brought a lot of success, and with that success came, all the fun stuff, getting paid to do what I love to do, making a complete living and supporting a family. And just to say that I get to surf and travel the world and make a really good living and take my family on vacations, very frequently and supply a healthy environment for them it's a dream come true. I'm really just in a place now of completely enjoying everything day to day. And it's
good.
I'd tell you one thing, it was not easy to get here, but there's nothing in the world that could take me away from it.
Yeah, it's awesome. I really think you have to follow his wife. I tell your wife all the time, I don't know why E has not come and approached you guys to do a reality show, because your family is so entertaining.
There's been a couple opportunities.
Really?
I'm going to veer away from those for now.
So entertaining. You have to follow Billy and the family. So what's next for you as far as not just with surfing, but is there anything else that you want to do?
It's so crazy is Tahiti asked me this morning. I've just gotten so into obviously fitness, and with, I have a gym here at my house, Uproar Fitness. My wife's a personal trainer. I've probably been known in the surf world to be probably one of the most fitness invested training surfers out there. And obviously there's something down the line that's going to come with that, whether it's coaching or training the future of surfing. And definitely aimed towards Hawaii. If it's something around that, she was asking me about that, and she said, "Would you ever go back to school?" And I was like, "No." And I did. And she said, "If you were to, what would you go for?" And I said, "Culinary school." And she's like, "What?"
Really?
And
What?
Well, that was a promise I made with my mom. Was I told my mom, "There's no way in hell I'm going to college." Like it's not realistic. And as I lost my mom a couple years ago, it's always there, whether it's online or whether it's, maybe meeting up with you once a week and taking some notes. I'm so invested in cooking. I love it. I'm really into my nutrition. I work with probably one of the top most respected nutritionists in all of sports. He's worked with people, at the level of LeBron James and Michael Phelps. Wow. And I'm the only surfer in the world working with him. And just being able to be able to cook food that I know is really high quality and very healthy has been something really just rewarding for me. I love it. And
that's
I just
so cool to hear.
Yeah.
Because Hawaii, in Hawaii, we have this, we have a heavy dose, if you will, of, overweight. We eat too much salt, diabetes and all that.
Rice.
But we can make our food really healthy.
Well, Hawaiian-based food is very healthy.
Yeah, if you take out all the bad stuff, right? Billy Kemper is hanging out with us, big wave surfer and culinary chef.
He's starting the rumors early.
Billy, what do you like to cook? What is your thing? What are the kids? Now, let me ask you this: what do the kids like that you cook?
Oh, that's a test right there.
My kids eat everything, but for me, I mean, my family, grew up in the ocean, and my favorite places to travel are French Polynesia. Places where we eat a lot of raw fish, similar to what we eat here, and anything with fish. I love eating fish. I just honestly something I should say is that I love cooking what I catch, and whether it's
the best.
Grown in our backyard here in the garden, or if it's an access deer that we've harvested on Maui, or if it's fish that we've 3-pronged, speared, or caught on the boats here on the North Shore. It's just something about being able to catch and cook your own food it's really special. So I love cooking fish, from eating raw to steaming to baking, you name it, and all the secret recipes.
It's funny that you say that, because I travel a lot for food, obviously, and I've been doing all these different shows, and people always say, they call me chef, and I go, no, first of all, I'm not a chef. I cook, because I think people who go to culinary school deserve to be called chef.
Exactly.
But I cook stuff that we grew up eating and caught. So when we would dive, fish, or hunt, Lanai had so much deer. We had a lot of venison. We had a lot of fish. I think a lot of local boys can cook because of that.
Yeah, because once you kill it, what are you going to do with it?
It was part of survival, right?
Yeah, it's natural instinct, too, I think. It's like, how many times are you going to go to the Super Ed or go to Foodland and buy poke? It's like, at some point, when one of your friends or you catch a ahi and they give you a big chunk, you're like, okay, I'm going to make my own. And then, I hear from you that you use oyster sauce. I hear from my friend he uses shoyu ginger. It's like we then create our own recipes and our own twist of things. And
you guys were farm to table before farm to table was a thing. Farm to table, everyone's like, oh, everything's farm to table. Hawaii, you're like, and that's a Tuesday.
So here comes the pitch.
Here we go. I told you. I warned you. Call your agent. Call your agent.
You and Makua are obviously really good friends, and what you guys have created as far as big wave surfing and your lifestyle,
unprecedented.
It's like taken off. You go on YouTube and look up.
You're like
these
the
guys,
BTS of surfing,
and the views have incredible what they've done. And we've been talking to Makua about doing a surf show.
Say what now?
A surf show, but I've been thinking more about, because I talked to Tahiti too, and Jamie tells me that you cook. Makua is an awesome cook as well.
Yes.
I think it's a surf cook show.
Ooh, look at you guys.
And it's you two catching and cooking.
I don't understand.
So they go diving, and then we cook what they catch. They go hunting, and we cook what they catch.
It.
But it's all done in the studio, obviously. And what do you think, Bill?
That's incredible. I'm into it. And, Makua is actually... he's like an older brother to me. When I lost my brother when I was 8 years old, he kind of stepped in and really did a great job of leading me in the right direction. And he taught me a lot. Obviously my brothers were the first to introduce me to spearfishing and fishing and all that, but he definitely took me along for the entire ride of my childhood. And we've cooked a lot of great meals together. We've traveled around the world together. We've killed pigs and deers together. So we're family at heart, and I think that's an unbelievable concept. And I know, we are just two of many, many very talented surfers and also providers and cookers. There's so many kids who now are so into this, and I'm sure you've seen the impact that Traeger smoking grills.
Kimmy Warner has been doing amazing things with them, and Mark
Kimmy's
Healy,
like my older sister. Mark lives 4 houses above me, and I actually have a huge thing of pork ribs right now from Kualo Ranch from the pigs.
Okay, wait. We're gonna talk more about this, but for the rest of this show, you have to go to our YouTube channel.
Oh, are we on YouTube now?
Yeah, and you have to subscribe. Billy, congratulations on everything. The family, so proud of you and everything you've done. I know we have only met each other a few times, but I watch what you're doing. And of course,
you, actually.
I get the report from your wife and Jamie, and you guys are awesome. Your whole family's awesome.
Oh wait, sorry.
Yes. Well, before we go, we got a little gift for you from Enjoy.
Yeah, from Enjoy Snacks.
I got the sweet pack, and Brooke has the spicy pack. Which one would you like?
Which one would you like?
Okay, what do we got inside of them?
Lihimoy, gummy bears. Mine is more on the mango dried fruit, and she got like the cuttlefish side.
I got cuttlefish, bruh.
Oh,
hurry, make a decision.
I'm trying my best to stay away from the sweet, so I'm gonna have to go down.
All right, you got it. She got the cuttlefish. Billy Kemper,
house.
ladies and gentlemen, check him out on YouTube. Check him out on everything. He's the man. Congratulations, Bill.
Thanks.
We'll talk to you soon.
Right on, you guys. Have a good one. Thank you for everything.
Welcome back to It's a Hawaii Thing. Those of you who found us on YouTube, don't forget, hit the subscribe button. Billy Kemper is hanging out with us today, and we're talking about food
making
and
deals.
Cooking. And
y'all making deals.
I knew that you cooked, but I didn't know you wanted to like get into it, cook. But it's a good thing to have to lean back on.
What do you mean, like in case the surfing don't work out for him?
Well, you're not going to surf forever. You know what I mean?
You can.
You can.
I was really close to doing a poke truck about a year ago.
Yes, and we talked about that because I was trying to help you find a truck.
Wow.
Yes.
We had it completely built out, ready to go in our yard, and just the location, a few things just slipped, and also I was just like, there's a lot going on during that time with my mom's passing and just other things that kind of sidetracked me, but it's actually something that I'm in conversation with a few different people right now. Is
good for you.
Just revisiting that opportunity and definitely bringing it to life.
All right. Well, if you ever need help, let me know. You guys talking about cooking and traveling, besides Hawaiian food and stuff from Hawaii, what's your favorite food to eat?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll never turn down sushi ever.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Really?
Me too. That's me. I'm Japanese.
But that's like Hawaii food, though.
Japanese. No. Billy, you've been to Japan, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Japan,
You guys have to come on my food tour. You and the
do your own tour.
Tahiti has to come on my food tour.
Okay.
Send me the location. I'll be there.
We film a show in Tokyo called Yokocho, and we go to all these old hole-in-the-walls that have been over 100 years old.
He won an Emmy for one of them.
And we feature all these hole-in-the-wall restaurants to go to, and we have guests like yourself and come with me, and we talk about it, taste it, and how did it get to Hawaii. Yeah, because Brooke doesn't even eat raw fish.
I don't. I'm a horrible Hawaiian.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I wouldn't even take her out to eat.
I'm a horrible Hawaiian. Yeah.
What's the healthy version of food that you're doing with the local products?
What's the nutrition like health part? In the new year, people want to like turn over a new leaf. Like what's...
Well, what I do is a bit obsessive. It's my wife thinks I'm crazy, but I count my macros. So basically, I have this nutritionist, him and his wife by the name of Matt and Sheree Chan, and they come out here basically every year, and they track my heart rates through my rest days, through my active days, to my competition days, and they prescribe me different prescriptions on how many macronutrients my body can absorb per day based off of, I have a rest day prescription, I have a high active day, I have a pre-contest loading day. I basically have 5 different prescriptions. And I mean, for people who aren't familiar with your macronutrients, the main macros are going to be your carbs, your fats, your proteins, and your fibers. So right now, I can pull up my phone and tell you that
he's got an app.
And kids, as he's doing that, just so you know, that's what makes up a champion.
Right now, my daily macros are going to be 150 grams of carbs, 76 grams of fat, 170 grams of protein, and 46 grams of fiber. And right now so I take it, everything is weighed out to the T. I don't really cook with any processed, I mean, there's no processed sugar in my diet at all.
Wow. Bless you.
Excuse me.
So wait, so it's like, say you want to eat a mango. Do you have to count that out, or are you free to eat the mango?
Oh no, everything that is gone into my body is weighed out or scanned. There's an app, it's like $200 a subscription, and I can scan basically any barcode. But I mean, as far as mango, I'll weigh out. I travel around with this.
Bless
Bless
you.
you.
My goodness. Allergies.
I weigh out all my food and basically have okay, I'm gonna eat 50 grams of mango.
Wow.
And then you can't eat something else. Bless you. I usually do 4 in a row.
Sorry, I'm having allergies.
That's okay.
But yeah, I basically have certain numbers that I give or take 3 grams per nutrient at the end of the day. Like I can't really go over three grams.
So when you say you have a nutritionist, people think that they cook your food, but they don't. They just give you like education. You have to find someone else to cook your food. Or you cook it.
Yeah, I mean a nutritionist, I mean that you're more looking at like a personal chef.
Personal chef. Are you plant based, or you do meats?
No,
he eats
anyone
fish.
who's plant based, sorry. I mean nothing against you guys,
the vegetarians. All 5 of you that live in
eating
Hawaii.
meat.
But
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could eat fish too, but not eat meat. But you eat meat though.
Oh yeah, I eat meat. I try to I don't eat pork too often. Majority of the red meat I eat is venison or like elk.
Okay.
Elk is really good for you.
where are you getting elk in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Where do you?
Makua's freezer. Makua has choke elk in his freezer.
My brother lives on Haiku in Maui, and there's 250 deers in his front yard 7 days a week. So
Dang.
my freezer is loaded with venison, and if I do eat cow, like if I eat steaks and beef, it's all from Kualoa Ranch, like grass-fed, free range.
Hey, Billy, you know what my friends just made out in Mililani? They're hunters. They just did a venison pastrami.
Say what now?
They curated the venison into pastrami.
Seriously?
That is so good you said that, because
so good.
One of the pro surfers, Matt Miola, just did the same thing on the
Oh,
Traeger.
really?
Yes.
Wow.
He's super into it, and it came out. I tried it when I was on Maui surfing Jaws last week, and it was incredible.
Yes,
really?
It is amazing. Yeah, it's very different. Now, Billy, I know you, if you're doing this for, if I go on a diet for like 4 months, I don't crave anything anymore, like rice. Do you crave anything, or you don't crave?
I definitely, like, if there's one thing, it's probably having a sweet tooth.
That's my problem.
Yeah, but I mean, I've found, really good alternatives, like cashew milk, ice cream, just certain little things that have helped me. And I'm also sponsored by a meal prep company, Fresh and Lean, and they make me like this raw cacao almond butter cups. That's pretty good.
Man, I need to get sponsored by somebody like that. I have a problem right now.
Why?
Because I'll go like no meat for 2 weeks, no rice, and just eat healthy, eat a lot. And I feel good, but then sugar. Oh my gosh! I'll wake up at 2 in the morning. Where's a Reese's peanut butter cup or something? Yeah, I can't get the sugar out of my system, man.
Yeah, you can't quit it.
I think honestly with diet, like people ask me about it all the time. It's really just being consistent, and it's not saying that you can't eat sugar or you can't drink this. It's like there's so many different replacements that you can use.
Yeah.
It's just finding what works best for you. And you don't have to count your macros. You don't have to be a vegan. You don't have to, be on a paleo diet or a keto diet. Like, it's just finding what makes you feel good. And also, food makes you happy. Like every once in a while, enjoy yourself, make yourself happy, give yourself a piece of cake.
Exactly.
The problem is my job, all I do is eat. I get invited to really good dinners. I get invited to, you got to go taste all these things. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's switch gears real quick. You got 4 boys. I know you take them out in the water a lot.
You have 4 boys?
Yeah. How do you see which any of them have the eye of the tiger that they're going to be surfers or
Wait,
watermen?
how old are the boys?
3, 5, 10, and 11.
Yeah.
Dude, you are in it.
Yeah, he's in it to win it.
In it right now.
One more. Make one more, Billy. You got a team. Is there anything? Do you see any of them that love surfing, or all of them do, or?
Honestly, I just hope that they enjoy the ocean and love it for the joy of it. And I really hope that none of these kids have to ever put on a jersey and compete.
Really? It's dangerous. You guys are
It
a rare
is.
breed,
It
man.
is, and it's a dogfight to get there. It's not, this stuff doesn't come overnight. And I just, my main thing with raising children is, is whatever they like, I'm going to give them the biggest platform in the world. Like, I will make sure these kids want to go to college. I'll make sure they get to Harvard. They want to, they want to play basketball. I'm going to make sure they're playing at the best basketball college in the world, whatever it is. I don't
Yeah.
care if you want to be a doctor, a lifeguard, a fireman, a professional athlete. I will make sure that they are positioned with the best and biggest opportunities. And as far as having the eye of the tiger, my youngest son is named Lion,
Lion.
and Lion is special. He was premature. He fought for his life basically, and my wife was also put in the ICU. She was in a heavy situation from birth on that one, and there's something unique about this kid. He's just
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something different. He has just a older personality, and his fight and passion for what he loves is different than any kid I've ever seen. And I think
Yeah.
He's the
there's
5-year-old.
something. This is
He's
the
the
3-year-old. There's
the
something
3-year-old.
about this kid that the
Yeah.
mentality. I think he might have my mentality and obsession with what he loves. So he's
That's
the
what I
one.
wanted.
He's the one that I'm concerned about.
That's the one. I knew one of them had something like that. That's awesome. Good for you though. And it seems you have a great place for them to grow up too. You got this huge outdoor space. You know what I mean? It's not
Nice.
stuck in a condo.
Yeah, for sure. If it's sunny outside, they got to be outside. That's basically the rules at our house.
Yeah.
Nice.
What do you like to do besides surfing and hunting and fishing? Is there any hobby that might surprise us?
I had a lot of hobbies before I had kids, and
Yeah.
Not so
now
much.
my hobbies became, their whatever they like to do. But as far as things that I love to do is I love I love fitness. I love training. I love taking my recovery very serious, between ice baths and sauna sessions. Fitness is huge for me. I wake up 7 days a week and make sure I'm in the gym. I have a personal trainer. For me, fitness is definitely it's crazy. I used to hate it, and now I truly love it because of the results I see the more time I put in. And that obviously hunting, fishing, diving, that's all.
Yeah.
That's all like just who I am. That was part of how I was raised, and it's not. I don't really consider them hobbies. It's just
Yeah, it's part of life, right? It's a lifestyle.
Does a lot of the professional surfers train like that, or they just go and surf?
Everyone trains, but I haven't seen people train as hard as Billy.
Like you do.
Yeah.
It's really new. And I think for me, it was something that I just, growing up, and this is even a funny conversation of when I met my wife. Obviously you guys know who her brother is. A professional surfer to him was like a beach bum, like a guy who was like full like, oh, I'm this beach boy stoner freaking
right.
don't have a job, no responsibilities. And I'm just like, wow, is that how like people look at us? And I was motivated and looked up to people like Kobe Bryant, like workhorses, people who outworked everyone around them. And I was like, in my vision throughout my career was I want surfers to be respected. Like I want us to be athletes, not surfers.
Yes.
Right.
I want us to be professional athletes. I want people to look at us as an organization like the NBA or the NFL. And I think where the WSL is at right now, we're finally getting that respect. And people are like, some people think it's a joke, but it's really not. It's like a lot of these surfers have children. And when we leave our home to go walk into a gym, we don't walk in there to get stronger. We walk in there to make results, to better ourselves when we do put on a jersey, and to make sure that our odds of winning and capitalizing on the biggest opportunities that present themselves are going to happen when we're there. We don't let things happen for no reason. And it's it's been a crazy ride, but I really am proud to say that I'm a professional surfer now in this day and age because of the respect and where the whole community's at with it.
And I think social media has really helped with that, because now they can see what you guys are doing besides just surfing. And also, I think you got to commend guys like Laird Hamilton and Brian Keaulana, who do these. I mean, they don't just run with a rock underwater anymore. You know what I mean? They're doing all these different things for their body.
I think the Olympics is going to set a whole new
for sure.
global
Laird has been somebody. I actually lived with Laird in California this whole last summer. He was one of the big pieces to putting together my my medevac back from Morocco. He pieced the puzzle together. Was a huge part of. His wife Gabby actually found the surgeon to put my pelvis together. And
so crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's like a second father to me. He was actually came and visited my mom in the hospital the day after I was born. So my relationship with him goes real far back. And I 2 years ago studied under the training that he's developed, XPT underwater pool training with heavy weights, and did my coaching certification course. It was like 22 hours of testing and a bunch of physical testing. So that is those are the kind of people who I look up to because of their respect to the industry. You know, they are not just talented surfers, they are athletes.
And I think what kind of triggered it is, you know, Brian's one of my best friends. What kind of triggered it for me, listening to him, he didn't say it, but listening to him was about safety as a person, as a human being, having safety, not just for you, but people around you. So when you start taking care of your body and you start understanding how to breathe and all that stuff, the sport becomes more safe, because you guys are very safe at what you do. You try to be 100% safe, right? From the ski to, you know, you guys using vests and all that stuff. That wasn't around 10 years ago.
But Mother Nature is Mother Nature. I mean, you can't control.
Of course, but it's
out there.
It's made it better, right, Bill? I mean, am I wrong?
100%. You know, and like she said, Mother Nature is something that we'll never be able to completely predict, and it's also the one thing in life that ain't ever gonna lose power. So just, you know, having that in the back of my mind, you know, with family being a big part of my life, it's like, fuck, the first thing I gotta look at is safety. Like I gotta check the boxes. How do I get home? How do I, you know, lessen the odds of danger and higher the odds of safety? And that's, you know, with inflatable jackets, with safety teams, with, you know, AED machines on the boat, with having, you know, tourniquets ready to go. We have everything. We're not messing around, and, you know, we mean business when we show up.
What is for somebody who doesn't know, they just watch the video of, you know, surfing a 60-foot, 70-foot, 100-foot face, you know, they just think you're nuts. But what goes behind a day of Jaws? Because there's a lot of preparation people don't know about.
Yeah, I mean, what goes behind one day at Jaws for me is years of time. I surfed out there first when I was 15 years old, and
that's so crazy.
I think I'm just now getting ready for it. I've won 4 out of 5 events out of there, and people tell me, you're the king of there, and you know, you're unbeatable and this and that. I'm like, I'm still not ready. I'm still prepping myself. Like, for what I see is possible out there, I'm almost ready.
Ready. But as far as like jet skis and all that, like when you go surf, you're not just going by yourself.
No,
we
can't even get out there by yourself.
We have fishing boats that are loaded with AED machines, stretchers, oxygen, you know, down to food, water, hydration, all that, our extra surfboards. Then we have, you know, between 3 and 5 jet skis, usually 2 to 3 jet skis running safety. You have your A, B, and C, everyone, and, you know, B and C are backup for A. Then you have two other jet skis. Usually one's carrying a photographer or a videographer with like a red camera. One's holding a camera for still photos. So we have a big operation going on when we go out there. It's not.
And then there's the one auntie that's calling, going, "Hey, they're going Jaws. So everybody at Maui County, just know they're going Jaws today. So be on the red. Just be on the red."
Exactly. It's cool though, you know, growing up in Hawaii and just going back and forth. I'm from Maui, but I live on the North Shore now, and when these swells do happen, it's like when I'm checking in the airport, the security, they all know me by now. And they're just like, you know, I'm walking through with an inflatable jacket with like
CO2.
38 gram CO2 cartridges that look kind of like a bomb. And they're like, hey, what's up? But it's like, it's funny, you know, it's like, it's become a routine over the last 10 years. And to see the community and our culture here in Hawaii really get behind us, it's really meaningful. It makes me feel special. And there's no place I would rather represent in the world than Hawaii.
Well, you're a true waterman, brother. You're, you know, real quick, behind you, there's a trophy there. Is that from last year?
Why are you so niele? Why
Because I
you
want to
gotta
show
ask
everybody
him
what the
about
trophy
all the
is. Nobody
stuff
gets
in
to
his
see
house?
this kind of stuff.
Just so niele.
Billy, is your trophy? Let's grab that.
This is the big one right there.
Show everybody what you got there. Because we don't get invited to the awards ceremony.
He does that with me with my crown. It's really weird.
Look at that.
He's like
Beautiful.
got eagle eyes. Oh, look how pretty.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Congratulations on everything, brother. We gotta go. You let me know when you're gonna do like a little cooking thing.
Dude, you gotta do a pop-up. Y'all gotta do a pop-up,
Yeah.
a poke pop-up.
Yeah, I want to tell you about our
Let's
pop-ups.
do it.
We're doing these pop-up dinners all over the world. I'd love to have you as a
See?
guest or just
You and
ready.
McCoy can
I'm
tag
ready.
team.
Come
One
on,
the
let's
twin
Let's
powers.
film one in my yard. I got a Traeger. I got 2 barbecues.
Oh, that's what we
full-blown
should do.
outdoor
Boom.
kitchen, so-
Ruben, you hear that?
Cooking Hawaiian style
Our-
season 50,000.
Our director and producer Ruben here, my partner, is here.
He just invited you
We'll
guys
get
to
the
his
cameras
house.
together and we're gonna go.
You're
do something
gonna
at your
regret
house.
it, Billy.
Let's do it in the next week. I have my film crew here for my documentary, and I think it would be a really
Boom.
cool
Oh, what are we
opportunity.
doing the next week? He has his documentary crew here too.
Oh, synergize.
We just do 2
synergize.
cameras, 3 cameras.
Look at them making deals on the YouTubes.
Okay, we're gonna talk
Light.
about.
Let's do it. The lighting's outside. It's outdoors.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. We'll chef it up. We'll let the kids clean some
Thanks
fish.
for
I
the
actually
invite.
just got a bunch of
Thanks
Kona
for the
crab from the Big
invite.
Island too. So
Oh, nice. Okay, I'll give you a call I'll give you a call tomorrow.
sounds
Sunday.
good, you guys.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So
Tell
good to
Tahiti
meet you.
and give Tahiti a hug for me. You know, I know Tahiti when she was in diapers, so
We're gonna send you the spicy one.
yeah, you got the
I'll
spicy.
come get it in person.
We're gonna get the spicy.
All right, Bill. We'll talk to you soon, brother.
Thanks.
Congratulations
Right on,
on
you
everything.
guys. Hey, thank you
Billy
so much. I
Kemper, ladies
appreciate
and
your guys'
gentlemen. Make
time.
sure you follow him on Instagram and his new documentary coming out soon. Aloha.
Aloha.
It's a Hawaii thing. Whoa. It's a